Still on justice for Mohbad. No justice, no peace. My people, Dr Kemi Olunloyo and very dark man matter. Una know say no be today na e start. Ever since very dark man start dey investigate this Mohbad case, bring am up again. Na Dr Kemi no dey in acceptance. You no agree with very dark man because e get, according to her, e get some kind people wey very dark man no suppose investigate for inside dis matter publicly. According to her, say spending dey part of dem. She said a lot of things that time, and now she come dey give reasons why she talk like that, why she dey oppose the interview with spending and others. Make una hear her from beginning to the end. Make una hear the secret wey dey behind her drama with very dark man. But before then, I still remind your humble girl, Rikis, that me dey bring una latest of all legit info. If you never subscribe to this channel, it's going to take back una make una dey help us dey subscribe. Hit on the notification bell so they go notify you anytime we drop latest get to be like this. Guys, make we gotta watch am as e dey hot.
What I want to say about VDM is that I've never met him and I've never spoken to him. Even there's some people in this industry that think that we work together behind the scenes. No, I haven't met VDM. I haven't seen him. I don't live in Nigeria. He's in Nigeria, Lagos, Abuja, and all. He's a younger form of me in some ways. A lot of you cannot compare us because you haven't really seen what I've done, because I did what he's doing now in America. It's very hard to activate in America. And when you're doing activism that has to do with gun violence and drug abuse, people appreciate you. They see the problems in their communities. But human rights activism and community activism is very important. When I was doing gun violence activism in Canada and drug abuse in America, combine those two, it becomes community activism. And with VDM is literally doing community activism, even though he doesn't like to be called an activist. And community activists also insert the human rights aspect of it. There's a human angle to everything we do. I've seen VDM pay for boreholes in communities. I've seen VDM rescue individuals from being scammed by banks, even his own mother. I've seen him do a lot. And I'm not mad at him. I just was upset when I saw him interviewing two particular witnesses in the Mohbad case. And only because I'm a professional journalist, investigative journalist, among all things, whenever you interview some people, you can compromise the case. Even I have done this mistake before. I learn every day, and I wanted VDM to learn every day, because we're not 100% right. In Canada, there was a murder where two boys, 15 years old, went to a birthday party. They were upstairs at the party. Someone called them on their cell phone to come downstairs. For what? We don't know. It could be for drugs, it could be for something, but they went down in that elevator. And when the lift got downstairs and opened, someone opened fire on them and shot them dead. Everywhere, blood, walls, the lift. So the next day, I went out as a journalist in Toronto, Canada, to interview people, and young people were talking to me. There was one young man who spoke to me for a good 1 hour. They were my friends. They were good people, everything. And then I posted the interview on Facebook, on my blog, everything. And I went to work at the pharmacy that day. Unknown to me, Toronto police was trying to reach me. My phone was switched off in the pharmacy. They were looking for me everywhere. And then one of them, Constable Scott Mills, said, Kemi works at Loblaw's pharmacy. Let's call the corporate office, find out where she is. Imagine when the police calls your corporate office that they're looking for me for something very, private. How your employer going to feel? And the employers had to tell them the truth, she's at this branch. So Constable Mills called me at that branch. Okay, and the branch, my employee said, you have a call. It was from Toronto Police Constable Mills. And as I picked up the phone, I'm like, hi, Constable Mills. We've been trying to reach you, Kemi. Your phone is switched off. I said, yeah, we can't have it on in the pharmacy. Kemi, you need to go on Facebook. Do you have access to Facebook right there? I said, yeah, I can go on Facebook. Why? they wanted me to take down a post. And the post was about the boy I interviewed about the murders. The boy I interviewed about the murders, guys, he was the killer. You see what I did unknowingly? And in Canada, there is a law called youth offender law. You cannot post pictures, names, or anyone under 18. A judge will lock you up if you do it as a journalist or anybody else. I did not know. I knew of the law, but I did not know that these 15-year-old boys that were killed, okay, and the 16-year-old I was talking to in my interview knew each other, and the 16-year-old was the suspect. He's the one that opened fire on them. So he wanted to cover up by talking to journalists and everything. All they wanted is to take that post down. I put his picture, we talked. At the end of the day, it compromised the case. That's why they were looking for me to take it down. So when I immediately took the post down, guys, what happened next was they made the arrest. Because it would have made it hard for them to make the arrest and everything. That's what I'm saying, that sometimes you can compromise the case. Constable Mills said it when I was leaving Canada. Kemi helped us in 13 to something murders. And if I have to say, so be it. However, only one where we made a mistake and I didn't know. So sometimes you do stuff that you don't know. So what I saw about VDM, I had to tell you that little story, is that when VDM was interviewing Spending and Mohbad's dad, I was like knocking my head, oh God, this boy is not an investigative journalist, he's compromising the case. Because when the criminal trial comes, I'm just avoiding everybody going home. Okay, that's what I'm avoiding. I'm avoiding everybody going home. And it's looking like that now because they have not indicted Wumi. They've indicted the nurse and they've indicted Spending. Because Spending is in the case, I didn't want him interviewing Spending. Because some things that Spending will say to VDM, he might not say it in the court. Or might change it in the court. So it's going to be hard to cross-examine Spending. Okay, the lawyers for the nurse won't be able to cross-examine because he's told VDM everything. Do you see how I compare VDM to the Canadian case? It's called cross-examination in a courtroom. Google it. You are carrying expensive phones. Young people. So at the end of the day, I'm not saying he did anything wrong. But there are evil entities that want to finish VDM. And they will use any means. Samson and Delilah kind of phenomenon. And if you look at what I posted on Facebook this morning, I say, God bless VDM for all the youth in Nigeria. Do not fight any boxing match with promoter Soso Berekon, who promoted Mohbad's final concert and has never spoken about it or condoled with the family. Soso Berekon and Cubana Chief Priest, they went and promoted their own company, their brands, the General Beaters, but they have never spoken out to Mohbad's father to say, sorry, we heard you. They have never, ever said R.I.P. Mohbad. Nothing. So you think because of all the dollars you're carrying around, you can say, oh, VDM, come and fight. Fighting Portable is one thing. VDM doesn't like Portable. He did songs against him, all these different things. Even though I don't support shaming people about their stealing keke, I wrote a write-up about it. But my thing is, they will use any opportunity to bring you down, as in take you down. Don't let them take your phone. Don't let them take your, integrity. Don't let them take your life. Be careful around Soso Berekon and Davido. Soso Berekon's girlfriend, Fatima of Lagos, they said is Juma Jock's sister. Soso Berekon is Davido's friend. Even Sam Clef is telling Soso Berekon, be careful of VDM. VDM, be careful. Okay, a mere CEO of GT Bank, shøckìñg Agbaje, a mere shøckìñg Agbaje, had you arrested and ambushed in a bank. This is what they want to do. They want to ambush you. They want to take your phone. They want to take your life. They want to take your integrity. You have very sensitive documents that you're unleashing. No one can touch me where I am. I was in Lagos all along. They couldn't touch me in Lagos. They were all scared of me. I'm not even in the country anymore. I want you to stay safe. And I wrote it here. It's an ambush. Although many of your fans told me on my live yesterday that you have declined any kind of boxing match. It's an ambush for VDM, just like GT Bank. His Tanzanian girlfriend, Fatima of Lagos, is Juma Jog's sister. So I hear. Priscilla always posts that Fatima of Lagos all this time. And if they're all related, look at it. Yabo is not in your best interest, VDM. It's close to Davido and Yabo. Do not let them take your strength, your phone, and your life. Be careful with Sosoberakon. It's a Samson and Delilah trick. I'm only looking out for you. The rat elves are not the fourth arm of government. I think I said this before because there is no fourth arm of government. The rat elves are the first arm of government. You guys are the first arm of the government. The people are the government. Okay, not the legislative, the executive, and the judiciary. And the politicians, they don't do anything for you. In every country, it's like that. You, the people, are the first arm of the government.